Each and every one of us has an unlimited inner wellspring of spiritual power. You have the ability to transform, create, and heal anything upon which you set your heart and mind. Join me, Sarah Hall, as we learn how to uplift all aspects of your life through spiritual empowerment. Enjoy weekly guided meditations, spiritual discussions on a multitude of topics, and a chance to call in to receive channeled messages from the angels on your spiritual journey. I'm Sarah Hall, and this is Through the Eyes of the Angels. Hi, everybody. How are you all doing today? I am feeling so wonderful because I just always so look forward to our monthly gathering here on Project Bring Me to Life Radio. It is such a privilege for me to be able to communicate with all of you, and I'm grateful that you're all here with me. So let's all get started. On today's show, we are going to be talking about the Ascended Masters. I'm super excited for this topic. I tune into my guides and my angels before choosing our show topics for our gatherings. And for today, I felt strongly guided to discuss the Ascended Masters. Like the angels, the Ascended Masters are beings who can guide, help, heal, and teach us throughout our human journey. And to me, they are a very special group of beings because they have been exactly where you and I are now. Ascended Masters are great healers, teachers, prophets, Mahatmas, saints, bodhisattvas, divas, deities, or gods and goddesses who previously walked upon this earth and lived the human journey, just like us. These are teachers who are now in the spirit world and are considered to have gone through a process of enlightenment or spiritual transformation, such that they hold themselves now in a state of heightened consciousness that is absolutely permeated with divine love and very deep compassion. These beings remain attentive to the spiritual growth, evolution, and needs of humanity, and act as loving guides who will watch over each and every one of us until we can all join them in a similar state of spiritual wholeness, love, and unity. I was preparing for our gathering today, and as I was doing so, I spent some time praying, meditating, and connecting with the Ascended Masters. I really wanted them to be a part of teaching us about their mission and their role in our lives, and I was able to receive some beautiful messages from them. One of these messages that I received from the Ascended Masters is that Earth is heaven. Earth is a part of heaven. Many of us, when we contemplate the idea of heaven, spend a great deal of thought focusing on the place we go after our human lives are finished. And that's a very important transition, to be sure, that return to our spiritual home after death. But the Ascended Masters wish for us to understand that this place, this earthly realm we inhabit, is as much heaven as any other dimension or realm to which we might travel throughout the infinite unfolding of our spiritual journey throughout the universe. In the words of the poet Elizabeth Barrett Browning, "Earth's crammed with heaven, and every common bush afire with God. But only he who sees takes off his shoes. The rest sit round and pluck blackberries." According to the Ascended Masters, the human journey is a dance and story that is famous throughout the cosmos. Why? Because this world is a beautiful and powerful place of creation. We create here as human beings in such a unique, powerful, and really soul shaping way. Isn't it amazing to contemplate that most of us enter into this life with complete amnesia of the place where we were before this life? We come into this life fresh and brand new. There is such an originalness to our consciousness when we come here, a sense of absolutely infinite open possibility as we gradually learn about our selfhood, our ability to learn, to create, to express ourselves, to explore, and to journey through this wondrous, wondrous world. The Ascended Masters say that we come here in order to create in powerful new ways. We come here fueled with such passion and such a natural yearning to unfold our consciousness. And they want us to know that we are discovering God, or rather our godhood, through each and every experience we endeavor to focus ourselves within. Our experiences in this life are completely our choice, the Ascended Masters want us to know. And we have the power to make this earth sing with perfect heavenly peace, grace, and glory. In fact, according to the Ascended Masters, we often do this. We already do this. Heaven is seeping through the cracks of consciousness every single day. The miraculous and the extraordinary are shining out through the ordinary things in this world, through the laughter of little children, through songs, through stories, through play, through dance, through tears, and most certainly and powerfully through the love we share with one another. The Ascended Masters are human beings just like us. They have traveled this glorious and adventurous path, some of them many, many hundreds or thousands of times. And throughout their journeys, they each grew in their personal discovery of God or of divine love in such a way that it brought them to a sort of ecstasy in which their state or focus is now a resounding force of love and compassion for human beings and the important path that we walk in order to discover ourselves as God, as pieces of God. We're all pieces of God. To me, that universality of human life and human spiritual discovery is quite amazing. We can see that there are so many things that we universally experience, feel, seek, discover. Throughout the world, in almost every culture or religion, there is some universal form of having a reverence or acknowledgement for the Ascended Masters. For example, in Catholicism, there is the honoring of saints and the belief that one can reach out and spiritually work with them to intervene in our human lives in healing and uplifting ways. In Buddhism, there is a reverence for the Bodhisattva, which is a Sanskrit word for anyone who has attained enlightenment out of a state of great compassion in order to watch over and guide all the sentient beings in the world. In most cultures throughout history, we remember and honor legendary figures, sages, and teachers for the lessons that they left behind, for their stories, what we can learn from these things. Some of the examples of these teachers who we now work with through the divine realm include Jesus, whom I love absolutely dearly, and whom we actually talked about at great length during last month's show. So, if you're interested in having a little Jesus immersion time, do check out last month's show, which is available as a recording on iTunes, through Stitcher, and throughout many of the different links that we will have shared. I'll share a little bit more about those later. Other examples of some of the ascended masters I love to work with would be Moses, the prophet, Buddha, Mary, the mother of Jesus. She's also one of my favorites. Lao Tzu, the Chinese master of Taoism and the author of the Tao Te Ching. There's Solomon, the wise ancient king of Israel. Saint Francis of Assisi. Saint Therese of the Little Flower. Kuthumi, the Sikh spiritual leader and Mahatma, and Kuan Yin, the Chinese bodhisattva of love and mercy, who's often referred to as the Mother Mary of the East. And I also wanted to mention that there are also ascended masters who, throughout the passage of time and the sharing of our legends and stories, are considered gods or goddesses. Sometimes these figures aren't always thought of as quote unquote real beings, but are considered mythical or metaphorical figures. However you choose to think of them, I assure you that there is a sort of quote unquote reality to these beings. They are real and accessible to us just as much as the more widely accepted as real beings, such as Jesus Christ, Gautama Buddha, Paramahansa Yogananda, or any other saint or teacher we might pray to. Some of these divine beings include the gods and goddesses of ancient Egypt, including Thoth, Isis, Osiris, Maat, Horus. The divinities of Hinduism, including Krishna, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Kali, Ganesh, and Vishnu. The gods and goddesses of ancient Greece and Rome, including Aphrodite or Venus, Athena, Vesta, and Hermes. The ancient Celtic divinities, including Coventina, Damara, Guinevere, Luge, and Merlin. The Hawaiian divinities, Pele, Kohoali, Haumea, and Maui. The Japanese divinities, Amaterasu, Idaten, Uzume, or Kawanokami. Or the Norse gods and goddesses such as Freya, Thor, Forseti, and Heimdall. It so actually feels so good, doesn't it, just to say their names. There's something kind of mystical or interesting that happens just when you kind of breathe and hold the intention to be in a spiritual sort of state and kind of meditate on their names, calling on their names. You can almost feel them present nearby. Each of these beings have traditionally represented some aspect of the human experience that plays an important role in uncovering the source of consciousness or of helping us discover and understand our nature, or of even accessing enlightenment. We honor these masters and deities for teaching us about these aspects of human life and for guiding, teaching, or protecting us through them. Some of these human experiences include things such as motherhood, fatherhood, justice, learning and knowledge, sexuality and romantic love, abundance, healing, courage, hearth and home, protection and maybe conflict resolution, alchemy, magic and higher consciousness, forgiveness, beauty, communication, celebration and joy, and so forth. Each of these experiences we create, that we attract or are attracted to or focus on as human beings, have the power to help us on this magical journey of creation that we are on throughout our human lives. These experiences shape us on our path of self-discovery. They guide us through the evolution of human consciousness and are ripe with infinite possibility and opportunity to expand the soul and to express the divinity of the human consciousness and experience. So it's here in these many human experiences we have and these universal archetypes or roles that we embody that communicating and relating with the ascended masters is helpful to us. When we seek to learn how to forgive and love unconditionally, for example, we might call upon Jesus Christ, reflect on his story, and live by his example. When we seek a mother's love, or wish to maybe become better parents and guardians of our children and loved ones, we might call upon Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, or Saraswati. When we are looking for help in shifting our relationship with our finances and material abundance, we can work with Lakshmi, Abundantia, Ganesh, or Damara. If we're seeking inspiration through beauty and expression, we can call upon Aphrodite, Hathor, or Isis. When we want to learn more about alchemy and higher consciousness, we can call upon Solomon, Merlin, Saint Germain, or Melchizedek. The spirit world is absolutely full of these wise, loving beings who can help and guide throughout our lives. And to begin working with these beings, we simply need to begin by setting the intention to do so. There are many ways to quiet the mind and get in touch with the spirit world, including prayer, meditation, or journaling, all of which I recommend if you are looking to connect with an ascended master. Prayer is a wonderful way to set intention. All it takes is getting quiet and speaking or thinking our intentions towards the spirit world. And trusting, of course, that these intentions will always be heard and received. You can pray to a specific ascended master with whom you would like to connect or learn from. Or if you don't know which ascended master you specifically need or want to work with, you can simply pray for a lesson or for the healing that you want. For example, you can pray and ask heaven to send you a guide to help you with learning how to meditate. And this prayer will be answered by the ascended master who can help you the most with this on your specific journey and spiritual path. Speaking of meditation, meditation is another powerful way to get in touch with the ascended masters. In the words of the Course in Miracles, the memory of God comes to the quiet mind. It cannot be remembered in conflict. Meditation is a powerful means of quieting the mind from the world's distractions, and then through a state of stillness, we're able to access our original spiritual nature. We're able to sense something deep and powerful residing in us. Meditation is a deeply receptive state of being, deeply receptive, whereas prayer is expressive. There's a sense of giving, expressing the self, and is also certainly receptive as well. But meditation is really deeply focused on the receptivity. It allows us to shift our resonance to a higher frequency wherein we may be able to receive the feelings, impressions, energies, or messages of an ascended master. So practicing meditation is a really, really wonderful way to hone that relationship with your guide or with the spirit world. And our ascended masters will often guide us to do so regularly, and I highly recommend that. Meditating regularly is something that helps us to shift our resonance or our frequency in an increasingly permanent sort of way. So that, let's say you reach a state of real peace, real stillness in one session of meditation. If you repeat it daily, you have a sense of permanently staying there or of maintaining space for that resonance. Journaling is also a really great way to get in touch with the spirit world as well. Journaling can be like a combination of both the prayer and the meditation, that sense of I'm expressing and I'm receiving. Through expressing the self and writing out our prayers, our intentions, our feelings, and so forth, we have a way of accessing or relating with our higher self, that deeper, wise part of your soul's consciousness that is always connected with God and can access any kind of knowledge or wisdom that you set your mind to. When you seek to connect with an ascended master through journaling, you can begin by perhaps writing a letter to your ascended master or asking heaven to send you the teacher or helper you need at this time in your life. What I think is really great about journaling is that you can spend time receiving messages from these guides as well through a process called automatic writing. Automatic writing is when you allow yourself to be a channel for messages from the spirit world and you write them down. Automatic writing is easy and anyone is capable of doing it. And all you need to do is begin by setting the intention to channel messages through your writing and then invite in a heavenly helper or ascended master. Then you can ask a question to that ascended master, or you can simply just ask for general guidance. And then from there, simply just start to write down all of the thoughts, feelings, images, or impressions that come to your mind. You might even notice that at some point in doing this, it feels as if your pen is just flying. You're just kind of writing all on your own, and it's just really the words and the thoughts are flowing through you. When you read back on these things, you might notice that there is a pattern in what you have written, or sometimes a very clear, direct message from this guide. And the more you practice, the more clear the messages will become. And I think that, again, journaling is just a wonderful way to keep a record of our spiritual progress or of the messages that we are receiving. Also because one of the main ways that we receive messages from source, from spirit, is through our own feelings, through the passions and burning desires that we have consistently, or through consistent repeated inspirations, thoughts, ideas that we get. God, spirit, they plant these ideas into us through the plane of our imagination, of our thought, of our feelings, and so forth. So expressing these things, as we talked about before, through journaling, or really through any form of expression that you feel personally called to, they are all really great ways of opening up the channel or the inner pathway to being able to communicate with spirit. And that channel or that pathway, I want to add, is not something that is outside of you. We're not thinking of reaching spirit by connecting with something that's far away outside of us. You can access by going within. Think of the doorway to heaven as something that exists right in the center of your own heart. And then by getting quiet, by stilling the mind, breathing in, and then just accessing that inner place of quiet, that inner doorway in your own heart, that you're opening the way to, again, communicate with these guides, with these higher beings, or with source. So today, we are going to practice connecting with the Ascended Masters together through a guided meditation. So let's go ahead and all get ready to do a guided meditation together right now. I'll just suggest that you get nice and comfortable. And if you're in a space where you're able to do so, you can close your eyes as well, just to give yourself a nice, quiet feeling of your inner world. And then once you're ready, begin by taking in a few nice, deep, relaxing breaths. Feeling as you do so that your body and mind are sinking into a state of deep relaxation and receptivity. As you focus on your breath, Notice that it is creating a straight pathway right into your heart. Breathe into your heart, noticing the rhythm of your heartbeat, and perhaps allowing your heartbeat in this moment to rest, to go into a slightly gentler, slower, more receptive rhythm, which in turn sends messages throughout the body, throughout the mind, that it is time to deeply receive. And with your next deep inhale, visualize that in your heart there is an inner seed of beautiful, bright white light. Breathe into that beautiful white light, noticing that with each breath you take, that light is growing bigger and becoming brighter. Watching as the light envelops your entire heart center, as it spreads out to encase your entire chest, rib cage, upper body, feeling so relaxed and just bright and light inside as this light spreads upwards to encompass your upper chakra centers, shining all around you and outside of you, and seeing the light descend all the way to the bottom of your spine, wrapping underneath your feet and flowing into the earth around you. Breathing deeply, noticing that beautiful light as it's ballooning outward to create a chrysalis or cocoon around you, where you're just bathed in a beautiful, glowing light. You are now standing at the doorway to the spirit world, your personal access point to connecting with the divine. Just take a breath to feel what it's like in this space, to explore it, to breathe, to receive, and to allow the higher energy or frequency of this beautiful space to uplift your resonance. Breathing deeply, noticing that that beautiful white light is humming, singing, and resonating inside every cell in your body, every particle of thought and consciousness that makes up you. And as you breathe, notice that that resonance is lifting just a little bit, raising and lifting up, creating a very light, happy, and joyful feeling within you, creating a dazzling feeling of closeness to our heavenly source, to our Creator. Now, visualize that through this beautiful doorway of white light, there are a group of loving beings stepping forward, and you are stepping towards them. Watch and feel as these beautiful beings stand around you in a circle of light. Notice whether you sense a familiarity or a recognition with any of these beings. Just breathe, relax, and explore as you look into their faces, as you feel the love that's pouring out from their hearts. And as you connect with them, Imagine that with each breath you're taking, that you are allowing yourself to receive from these beings. Breathe in their presence, noticing that these ascended masters, these beautiful heavenly beings, are channeling their light, their presence, and their love and compassion towards you. You can visualize it perhaps flowing from their hearts into your heart, creating a bond of light and of love. Just breathe in those feelings. Once again, noticing whether there are any specific guides or masters, teachers, who seem to especially be connecting with you right now. And just holding space to receive from them. As you relax in this beautiful space, let's just take a moment to set an intention. This can be any healing intention that you have for your life. This can be any questions that you have for your guides. Or this can even be just the intention to grow closer to any specific ascended master that you want to come in contact with. Hold your attention now and just take a moment to express it. And now that you've connected your intention with this group of loving beings, simply take a moment to trust that the right master or teacher is now connecting with you, and also to notice once again whether or not there is maybe another master that has come towards you, one of these guides who's come a little closer into your life. And you can even take a moment just to receive any specific messages or gifts that the ascended masters want to give you today. So we'll just breathe for a moment while you receive. Very good. With your next deep breath, visualize that guide or master is returning back to your everyday life with you. You can visualize that perhaps they're walking through that doorway of light with you, or maybe creating a connection through that doorway from heaven where you can always reach them. With your next few breaths, let's just settle right back into our physical bodies, traveling back to our awareness of the here and now. And as we do this, let's just spend a moment reflecting on the words of one of my favorite ascended masters, who I believe so well illustrates the purpose of an ascended master, of a light bearer, and perhaps you're a light bearer. These are the words of Saint Francis. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. It is in dying to the self that we are born to eternal life. Isn't that beautiful? Let's just take a couple more deep breaths together, feeling ourselves being energized as we connect with this beautiful light. And with your next deep exhale, you can gently open your eyes and just take a moment to shift right back into the room and into the present moment. Taking back any of those beautiful feelings, messages, as we connected with our guides today. Ooh, that just feels so good. I love to meditate with you guys. I can really feel the energy of all of us connecting with this together. And I'm feeling guided to tell all of you as well that it doesn't matter whether or not you are you're meditating with us in real time when we're doing these shows live, or if you are listening on rebroadcast, because you are still connecting in the same spiritual space. The spiritual space that we hold together transcends time. So you can retroactively connect with that same beautiful spiritual space that we're all sharing together, even if you're listening to us after this has aired. So thank you for connecting with us together. Your presence is important, and we really do a very good job of lifting up one another when we share in intentions to meditate, to access spirit. All right, now is our time to accept callers. So if you have any thoughts or questions about the Ascended Masters, or if you would like your own reading today, we'll be using our Ascended Master Oracle cards to connect with the Ascended Masters, then you can call in now, and the number to do so is 240-979-4111. That's 240-979-4111. All right. I always look forward to the part where we get to talk and connect. And know that if you don't get through for your reading today, that oftentimes those who do get through for a reading are actually asking questions that are the answer to some of the guidance that you need. We always set the intention when we're doing our readings that the callers, the questions, or the messages that need to come through for all of us will come through. So we're going to trust the messages that we get. And it looks as if we already have our first caller on. So caller, hi, you are on the air today. If you could just go ahead and share with us your name and where you're calling from today.
Rocco? Am I on?
Yes. Hi, Rocco. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. It's great to talk with you today. What is your question or thought that you'd like to share with us?
So what kind of questions do you think I should ask? It's really great that I actually just somebody just bought me that deck last week, the Ascended Master is by Doreen Virtue.
Yes. Oh my goodness, I'm working with it right now. And if you would like, we can pull some cards for you and just see what kind of general guidance your guides have for you today.
Oh yeah, that would be wonderful. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm just shuffling our cards right now, and I'm going to pick 3 for you today, Rocco. All right. So let's turn them over and see what we are getting. Oh, very interesting cards. So the first card that we pulled is the Teacher card. The Teacher card. This is a card that is all about life purpose changes. And it's interesting because the impressions that I'm getting from the guides that are around you right now is that this coming year, 2017, is going to be a really important year for you in terms of self-discovery when it comes to your life purpose. And the Teacher card comes up for a reason. It comes up because your angels are saying that you have a message to share with other people, or a special knack or talent for helping other people to understand things. So they're saying to definitely contemplate any of the messages that you might feel passionately about sharing with the world, and know that this is your year for doing that. Another thing that I'm hearing them saying about that too is that you are being sent the right teacher or teachers at this time that you need that will help to kind of inspire and shift your path going on. Um, any thoughts about any of that? Does that resonate, the teacher idea?
Oh yeah, yeah. Everything resonates. In the middle of writing this book, and it's been a couple about 2 years. And then too, I'm also
Wow.
setting up just a podcast. And I wanted to interview you. I don't know, you remembered a while ago, and I didn't realize
Yeah.
there's all these technical gadgets and stuff. So, but I'm breaking through, and I think I'm going to be able to do that soon. And it'll be great to talk to you and ask you those questions that we talked about. And you are one of my teachers, and you're amazing. So,
Oh,
you're
thank you so much. It humbles me to feel connected with you and all of that. And that's amazing that you're writing a book. That's one of the main ways, wonderful ways that we can use to teach and share with other people. So that is absolutely beautiful. And I want to share with you too, we've got two other cards I pulled that I think are really interesting. The second card that I pulled for you is the Twin Flame card with the
oh
Ascended
wow,
Master Angus. Angus is a
I got
Celtic.
that one.
You
I got that one.
did! Oh my
When I was
gosh!
when I was at the store, I asked. I put it up to my heart. I cleared a deck. I put it up to my heart before I even bought it. They have a tester deck, and that was the first card that came up.
Wow. Okay, guys, everybody who's listening, this is an example of synchronicity. When you get a repeated message like this, I mean, there are 44 cards in this whole deck. I only picked three of them, and one of them is this message that his guides have been repeatedly trying to get to him before, the Twin Flame card. So I think that's so amazing. The Flame card is a card that comes up when there is an important spiritual soulmate based relationship that is either in your life now or is approaching in your life. The angels, particularly for you, your guides and angels, are saying that because your path is continuing to shift, your energy is getting lighter, you're focusing on your purpose and you're uncovering a lot with your purpose at this time, you are specifically preparing for attracting a soulmate or twin flame, or for connecting more deeply, realizing the spiritual basis of an important partnership or relationship in your life. So that's a really interesting thing.
Wow, yeah, that's great. And I actually pulled it up twice. I forget. I think that the other time I was just messing around when I first got the deck, and it came up. Just I don't think I was asking any questions. I was just, like how the cards stick and stuff. So it's kind of like I bought the deck, so it was mine. Somebody bought them for me actually, but then at home I was kind of just flowing through them, and it popped up again too. So it's great.
Wow. Wow. Yes. So definitely pay attention to the continuing of these kinds of synchronicities, because oftentimes we can buckle our seatbelts to prepare for that sign to be showing up again, and to be leading you right towards, what it's talking about, leading you towards the soulmate. So that feels like it's another important thing coming on the horizon for you. Again, I'm feeling that 2017 is a year where a lot happens for you. And then the final card that we pulled too, I think this is a great advice card. This is the Clear and Shield Your Energy card from the Ascended Master Almoria. The Clear and Shield Your Energy card is a card that tells us something similar to what they had just said, that your energy is shifting and changing at this time in your life as you continue to grow and to learn on your path, as you continue to connect with, kind of what they're saying are high resonances or high frequencies, holding high intentions around you. As your energy gets lighter, you may notice that you have higher sensitivity. And so when your sensitivity is very high, it can be important to shift in your relationship with the world around you, so that you can maintain a sort of care or nurturing for this new sensitivity or this newly heightened energy. So clearing our energy is very, very important. Again, when you're highly sensitive, you might find or notice that you are holding other people's energy and your energy sometimes, or picking up on other people's feelings. Clearing that at the end of the day is so important, just for remaining centered on our path, and shielding our energy as well. The angels are saying that for you specifically, you have a high sensitivity for picking up on the energy of world events. Your guides are saying that you're a very compassionate person. You really, really care about world peace, about everybody being taken care of, and about things kind of moving in a direction that can be sort of politically sound again, so that people can live a peaceful quality of life. And they're saying because you have this compassion, because you have the empathy, you have heightened sensitivity and sometimes pick up on little fears or things that are going on with the masses out globally. So that's a great sign or message that tells you that shielding your energy can be something that is incredibly helpful, and to actually access the ascended masters as a way to help you shouldering some of that sensitivity and empathy that you have. Call on ascended masters to say, hey, I feel very strongly about this, and I'm not going to go into fear and hold on to any personal sense of my responsibility to save or change the entire world all on my own. I'm going to do my part, do my share, and pray, ask or invoke the power of a guide or higher being who can send light, love, and peace out into this world with me. So you're definitely a light worker. That's a very, very wonderful thing.
Wow, yeah. I was just, this is a little far-fetched, but a couple of things that happened. I'll make it brief, but that I was talking to somebody that's kind of, I guess I won't mention the name. It's a little bit of a high profile, and I happen to just, the person I'm helping, we're co-writing the book. She happens to, she's working her way through college as a nurse, and she was a caregiver, and she happened to be taking care of a pretty famous author that actually is really sick. And I happened to just, she said you can email her because she said she might try to help us if she has enough strength, and so it's okay. So I'm working on this email, and I kind of proclaimed that I was that I am a light worker. It's the first time I've actually emailed a person saying that I'm a light worker, and these are the kind
Wow.
of things that I'm working on in the book. And hopefully it works out with her too. But it's awesome. See how you hit on these subjects. I just happen to say, yeah, I am a light worker, and then all of a sudden you just come and confirm it
Yes.
for me.
That is
Thank you so
amazing. And,
much.
there's something powerful about sort of spiritually coming out of the closet, letting ourselves really own the fact that, I'm here with a purpose. I want to bring more light into this world, and all of us have the power to do that. So, Rocco, thank you so much for sharing that story and for sharing, too, just your light. It's so great to connect with you. Thank you for calling in, and God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.
I will. Thank you, Sarah.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
All right. So that was such a great call. I love, love, love connecting with you guys. If there are anybody other callers we have, feel free to call in. Ah, gosh, so quick. It looks like we already have someone else on. So caller, hello. You are now on the air, and if you could just introduce yourself to us and share your name and maybe where you're calling from today.
Great, Sarah. It's so nice to talk to you. I'm new to the project Bring Me to Life, but I'm really looking forward to this. My name is Shannon, and I'm calling from the West Coast here in California. I'm originally from Texas, though.
Awesome. Hi, Shannon. It's so great to talk with you today. Thank you for calling in. So, what questions or thoughts or anything like that would you like to share with us today?
Well, I'm just looking forward to gaining some new knowledge to kind of the feelings I've been having, kind of not anxious feelings, but just like feelings about not sure about what's going to happen for the new year. And I have a lot of issues with family and close people in my life. And so I'm just looking for some optimism or maybe just some insight into kind of these feelings I'm having, because I feel like they're coming to me a little earlier. And so I'm not, I'm just seeing things before they're happening. So I'm not sure what to do with that kind of feeling.
Wow, beautiful. So I am pulling a few cards for you, and even just as I'm shuffling, I'm feeling your guides, your angels as well, communicating that you have a very, very heightened sensitivity and that it's something that's growing right now on your path. You're going to be experiencing some wonderful spiritual shifts along the way, and to continue noticing some of the feelings that you're getting. So today I've pulled a couple of cards for you from the Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck because our goddesses as well actually represent members of the Ascended Masters realm. And then a card as well from the Ascended Masters deck too, just for fun. So I'm going to turn these over now and just see what kinds of things your guides would like to share with you about your journey coming on this new year. Oh, cool. So the first card that we pulled over for you, Shannon, is the past life card with the goddess Isis. This is really, really interesting because it goes right along with the theme that the your guides just gave us in the very beginning as we were starting to tune into the energy around you, which is that you are on a big path of spiritual growth or shifting right now in your life. The angels and your guides are saying that some of the feelings that are coming up, extra sensitivities, even premonitions, inspirations, are the result of lessons that you've already lived or sensitivity, spiritual gifts that you've already had before in previous lifetimes. So one thing that I'm hearing your angels and your guides say is to notice any patterns with specific issues that you might be going through, any strong relationship things that might be going on in your life right now, and any repeated messages that you get about this time, because it feels as if there is a lot of this that is actually rooted in past life situations. And your angels and guides want you to know that in connecting or learning a little bit more about your past lives, you'll be able to recover really strong guidance and information about these spiritual gifts that you have and about some of the things that you'll be doing with your purpose. And they're adding too that there will be guidance that feels like it comes through that will give you some beautiful conflict resolution and healing in relationships and in the lives of the people that you love at this time. One little specific thing I'm feeling your guides share with us about your particular past lives is they're showing us that you've had several past lifetimes in leadership types of roles where you've had a repeated experience where they're saying you were asked to be really courageous or to kind of make yourself vulnerable and to go out into the world and to be really, really, really brave or courageous, to do something that sometimes feels scary or dangerous or even self-sacrificing, such as I am going to speak this message of truth even if it means I'll be persecuted because this message of truth is important, or I have compassion for the people that whose voices need to be heard in this kind of a message. So they want you to know that you've had repeated experiences of this, and that in some of these experiences, yes, you've experienced maybe persecution or challenges as a result of being a courageous person or a leadership person. But they want you to embrace this path of speaking up, speaking your truth, no matter the feelings of fear or triggering or the question marks that might present. So this is one of the biggest themes I'm feeling out of this lesson from your past lives, is just this idea of speak up. Speak your truth now. There, you have a lot of insight and wisdom, and it is safe in this lifetime for you to speak your truth, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in a greater, bigger, more kind of communal way, or whatever it may be. Speak your truth. Oh my gosh, it's so funny because I'm just looking down at the second card, and it actually goes perfectly with that message. It's the bold card with the goddess Freya. So again, that's that same message of courageousness. You have an inner, they're saying tiger or lioness of courage. So bring that courageousness forth and do the thing that you feel called to do the most, even if it is, again, maybe causing some question marks or feelings of vulnerability, because you have an important message to get across. And assertiveness just seems like it balances your life at this time, really speaking up, speaking your truth, or holding your particular boundaries in any situations you find yourself in. Be assertive, be strong. The third card is the fertility card. So that says that this year is a year where there's a lot of creativity happening, and it's a very important time for you to be starting any new projects, or for you to be giving birth to brand new conditions in your life. And when they say giving birth to brand new conditions, it feels as if that's a direct result of the being more assertive, or the putting forward more boundaries and just owning your independent, fiery, courageous, kind of path. So speak up, be strong, start sharing some of the feelings and the ideas that you get. And then from the Ascended Masters deck, I pulled just one single card as asking for, okay, what's the result of some of the work that she's going through this year? What are the things that she can look forward to? And the card that we pulled is the Power of Joy card from Maitreya, which is one of the Buddhas. Maitreya, Power of Joy. So this says that there is a lot of joy. There's a lot of manifestation that is coming forward to you in your life this year, as well as, again, specifically, I'm feeling that coming through in some relationships. There's some shifting in the dynamics of relationships, but it's bringing about a release of any past tension or power struggle dynamics, and bringing out this feeling of everything is free. I am joyful. I express who I truly am. I'm living my truth, sort of thing. So yes, I know that was quite a hefty message. They had a lot to say to you. Any questions, reflections, or thoughts on any of that so far?
I'm just speechless. Mostly, I'm really, really excited about the message that you've given me. It's definitely something that speaks to my heart and my soul. I'm definitely excited about that joy card, because I keep telling myself that all the work and some of the pain that I've gone through it's going to pay off. And it seems like that joy card is like a really big light for me to look forward to. And I'm really looking forward to that resolution that you spoke of too, because I feel like I'm close, and if I just keep going, that I will find it. So thank you so much. This is really exciting for me.
Yes, good. You are so welcome. And I'm hearing your ascended master sort of echoing what you just said with yes, yes, like they're your cheerleaders, and they're saying, don't back down. This is your time to just persevere, persist. Again, be courageous. It doesn't matter if you feel like you're, kind of all alone or vulnerable sometimes in the things that you're going to be fighting for or looking to create and manifest. But there is a lot of good that is coming out of this time right now for you. So continue to go forward, and
Thank you
tell
so
us later
much.
about the past lives if you learn anything. I
That's
love hearing
really
about that.
something that it makes a lot of sense as to how I feel and how I react in certain situations. I don't know where that comes from, and I'm not really familiar with my past lives or even that possibility. So I'm really excited. And then me asking for that optimism, you talking about the fertility card, I'm like, that is the optimism I know is there in my heart. It's just really exciting. I thank you for your time and your energy.
Yes. Oh, you're so welcome, dear
And we'll be
Shannon.
tuning in today for the rest of the show. Looking forward to the rest of it.
Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, that was just such a great call. So thank you. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed rest of your day, Shannon. Thank you.
Blessings, Sarah. Thank you.
All right. Gosh, two great callers. It looks like we will still have time for one more, to squeeze in one more with our last few minutes here. So if anybody else wants to call in, once again, our number is 240-979-4111. And while we're waiting, just to see if anybody does call in our last couple of minutes, something that I love to do is to just pull one card for the whole group. Ooh, I pulled the
Hello.
Retreat to Nature card for us. Oh, look, we've got a caller. That's great. Hi, caller. What is your first name? Thank you for calling in. And where are you calling from?
Hi, Sarah. I'm calling from Michigan, and I'm James Wong. I actually know you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for calling in today. So what is the question that you would like to ask for your guides today?
I don't know if I have one specific. I guess I just want to know what I need to know to face the upcoming week.
Okay, great. So I am going to give our Ascended Master cards a shuffle here and pull a few cards to see what we have. All right. Let's see. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So the first card that we have for you for this week, just thinking of what we need to do, is the Energy Healing card. The Energy Healing card. And this is actually really interesting because just as we had with the last two callers, there is this feeling of heightened spiritual, emotional, or energetic sensitivity that's coming through. So doing a little something for yourself this week, or as you continue forth on your immediate path ahead of you, to heal your energy or to receive receive, to rest would be very, very important just to help to balance what you're going through right now. They're saying there's no need to shoulder too much stress. Also, specifically for you, they're saying there's no need to rush ahead with anything that you're working on. They're saying that everything is coming about in perfect timing in terms of your work and your personal goals. So give yourself permission to be patient, to rest, let go, and just to kind of receive. Again, energy healing, allow yourself to receive and heal. The second card that we pulled for you, I love this one. This is the Detach from Drama card with the Ascended Master Athena. So detach from drama, this is a card that comes up when we're being asked to release any of the big worries that we have or conflicts maybe that might be going on with other people. And for you specifically, I'm hearing your guides say that sometimes stepping back and giving a little bit of space or stillness to a situation where you're finding that there's a good deal of conflict or anything like that going on can be really, really helpful. So give this situation a little bit of space, a little bit of quiet that can give you a really great opportunity to kind of observe anything that's going on, and even to receive, your guides are saying, new ideas or insights about what's really happening and maybe what the higher road might be that you can go on. So give this a little space, give this a little bit of time. And once again, that thematic message for you of give yourself permission to just sort of set back and rest at this time. The final card that we pulled for you, this is a really interesting card. This is the Mother, Wife, Sister, Daughter card with the Ascended Master Lady Nada. This is a card that comes up usually when it's important for us to consider the important female relationships in our lives, such as with our mother, such as with our wife, our sister, or our daughter, or a female friend, anything like that. So this would essentially say that anything that you're, kind of working on or focusing on this time might be centered around either an issue with a female relationship, something you're learning from one of these female relationships, or even specifically, I'm hearing your guides and angels say, receiving help, receiving support, receiving love or insight from a strong, loving female figure in your life at this time. The last little thing I do want to also share about this particular card too is that when we see the Mother, Wife, Sister, Daughter card, we're oftentimes getting a message about the divine feminine. And all of us have equal parts of divine feminine and divine masculine in us spiritually. So this is just a card that's essentially telling you engage with the divine feminine aspect of yourself, which is actually the side that's all about receiving, just like the last two cards gave us messages about too. So 3 cards in a row, they're telling you to give yourself a little space, a little rest, to spend time receiving and connecting with your intuition. So any questions or thoughts about any of that for you?
No, that's awesome. I'm actually going to acupuncture tonight to do some healing.
Perfect.
And yeah, it's off its home as usual. Whenever I speak to you, it's always right on.
Oh, good. Good. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you're already hearing your guide's guidance, because you're going to acupuncture tonight. I feel like half the time I'm giving messages, it's just to affirm what people have already heard or what they're already doing, so that your guides can tell you, yes, you're on the right track. You heard us. You're doing the right thing for yourself. So thank you so much for your call. I'm so glad to connect with you today, and I hope you too have a beautiful day. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for a great show. It was so great to connect with all of you. We are now coming to the end of our time together, and I just want to say to remember that I will be live every third Thursday of the month at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Project Bring Me to Life, bringing you spiritual discussions and angel messages. And you can tune in every Thursday at this time to hear rebroadcasts from some of our past shows. Next month, our show topic will be soulmates for the month of February, since it's going to be Valentine's Day, and I love talking about soulmates, so definitely mark your calendars for February 16th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern and check that out. All of my shows are recorded and available to listen to as podcasts on iTunes, at Spreaker.com, that's SERAKER.com. And on the app for Android, Stitcher, that's STITCHER, where you can just search through the Ides of the Angels or Project Bring Me to Life, and the show will come up. We've got all of them on there. I will also be posting links for the podcast, for the rebroadcast of this one on my Facebook and Twitter pages, and Project Bring Me to Life will also be posting it. So you can like and follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And you can also like my Facebook page at facebook.com/Sarah Hall 1111. And you can follow me on Twitter by visiting twitter.com/SarahPhim444. That's SERRAPHIM 444. And as always, if you'd like to connect with me for your personal private reading or spiritual healing session, you can visit my website at www.seraphim.com. That's SERRAPHIM.com for more info on that. And as always, for more fantastic spiritual talk radio, music, art, podcasts, events, and so much more, stay tuned to Project Bring Me to Life Network and visit projectbringmetolife.com. I love you all so much. Know, as always, until we meet again, that you are so loved and so very blessed. Bye-bye.